Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Executable podcast. This is like our 5th episode.
Number 5.
It is a lovely Sunday afternoon, but you will be listening to this on hopefully a Monday.
Maybe a Wednesday.
Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah.
This is going to be a rather short one today. Not a lot's been going on, and we've been both very busy. As usual, you're joined by me, myself, Phil, and my wonderful other host, Jake. How you doing, Jake?
Yes, that's me. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Been busy, as you know.
Yeah,
semester just started, so we've been doing the wonderful balance of school, work, and video games.
Yeah, and everything else.
It's
good. It's really good.
Not easy.
Yeah, it's not
I
easy.
already am drowning in homework.
Yeah.
And I've only been in school for a week.
I'm just drowning in general. It's really humid.
You should look into that. I don't think you're supposed to be drowning when you're not in water.
Got my floaties, so should be alright.
So what have you been up to, Jake? How have things been going? What have you been playing?
It's been going good. I've been playing a lot of Rocket League, a lot of Hearthstone, some Dark Souls, some Call of Duty. Basically, I just rewound to last year.
Have you checked out the new Hearthstone stuff, the Karazhan stuff?
No, but I built a ramp druid and I got up to rank 14. So that was pretty good.
That's nice.
That's better than I usually do, so yeah.
You get better rewards now, the higher you get now. Like, didn't they change the way?
It's been like that. Yeah. It's the higher rank you get to, the more you get at the end of the season.
But it wasn't always the case like that, right?
Has been for maybe a year or two, I think. It's been a while.
It's probably the same amount of time since I've touched ranked Hearthstone.
Yeah. Yeah, have you played Standard at all?
When it became a thing, I think.
Okay, like right when Whispers of the Old Gods.
Yeah, that one.
Gotcha.
I think I played a little bit of it and realized I was like, these people are paying more money than I'm paying.
Yeah, that's the rough part. Like, to build the deck I wanted to, I would have to add like 3 more legendaries that I don't have. So I can't get up to like rank 5 because I just don't want to buy a bunch of packs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still pretty good.
Why I stopped playing that game.
Still pretty good. I enjoy that game. Yeah.
And you've been playing some Dark Souls in preparation for that new expansion we'll be talking about in a little bit?
Yeah, I watched the trailer and then I went and I killed the last 3 bosses on New Game Plus 3. It's pretty good. I like that game a lot.
Does New Game Plus make the game harder than it already is?
It's supposed to, but like I haven't even noticed a difference other than like trash hits you a lot harder. Cause like once you learn the bosses, they're really easy, so most of the time I kill them first attempt. But I'm using like the same gear that I was at the end of original game, and I cleared New Game Plus 3 with no trouble. So.
You already beat New Game Plus?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I beat 3. Yeah, I beat New Game Plus 1, New Game Plus 2.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure I beat New Game Plus 3.
Does it just keep going, or is New Game Plus 3 the cap?
No, I don't know what the cap is actually. I could look it up, but as far as I know, it just keeps going.
Is there even a cap?
There used to be. I thought it used to be like 7 or something like that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna leave this one on 3 so I can kill all the optional stuff. Like I didn't kill Nameless King or anything like that yet.
Cool. I probably still will not check out Dark Souls.
It's so
I'm a
good.
wimp.
Dark Souls 3 is a fantastic game, and it's not that hard.
I don't know. I'm a little wimpy wimp who does not like Dark Souls.
Yeah, but like, what if you weren't?
I think if I had a PS4, I could get convinced to try that. Whatever the
Bloodborne?
one that. Yeah.
Bloodborne was good, but I like it less than most of the Dark Souls games. It was really
Something
good.
about Bloodborne kind of like spoke out to me more than Dark Souls.
The setting is really interesting, but it's also really confusing. Whereas Dark Souls, it's like you're in a fantasy world. You know what's going on. Kind
Dark Souls looks almost exactly as confusing. It to be honest, they look like they're set in the exact same world.
The thing is, with Dark Souls, you kind of know like you have to link the fire. With Bloodborne, they were just like, go kill monsters, and then you just kind of figure out where you have to go from there.
I like killing monsters. Monsters are alright.
Dark Souls, I think,
And
is like a
killing
bit more guided than Bloodborne was. Bloodborne was
Hmm.
more confusing to like figure out where you're supposed to go, how you clear stuff, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But really good game though.
Alright. Alright. Cool.
Yeah. Also, other than that, Rocket League again. I've just been doing 1v1s, just getting my skills better. That's about it.
Are you good at aerials yet?
Nah, I'm good at everything but aerials, and sometimes not other stuff either. Yeah.
Are you mostly doing twos, threes, singles?
Singles. I just do 1v1s.
Singles?
Yeah.
Is that as fun as like the twos or threes?
No. But
Like I always kind of like, to me the singles seem like more like luck based than skill based.
sometimes during the kickoff it is, because like if you just land weird, you can't get back to your goal in time, and like
Yeah.
some of it is strategy. You have to predict which way they're gonna hit it, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. A
Is
singles
there a
is like
rank
it's
mode
alright.
in Rocket League?
Yeah, that's what I play. I just ladder all day.
Okay.
Well, not all day. I get tired of it. I get really
Climbing that
frustrated.
ladder.
Yeah.
You're climbing two ladders, the Hearthstone ladder and the Rocket League ladder.
Yeah, and soon StarCraft. Not really.
Gonna go full on Korean.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all the esports all at once.
Esports. All of the esports. And
One
you're
on
gonna
each
get into
monitor.
Dota
Yeah,
and League of Legends
yeah, and Smite.
and Overwatch.
Smite count.
I don't think anyone. I wonder how the esports scene in Spite is going.
I don't know. I think it's just Dota and League still. Oh, Heroes. That's a thriving esports scene.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
The scene in Heroes is.
It's popping.
Oh yeah. So no
Um,
no Deus Ex yet, right? You still haven't
no.
gotten to Deus Ex.
I've been downloading like 2 gigs every day right after midnight because I forget.
like a drip feed.
Yeah, and one day soon I'll play it.
It's like a drip feed of bytes.
Yeah, I've been playing WoW though, just doing Legion stuff.
And you prepping for Legion?
Prepping, yeah. I'm drinking a Mountain Dew right now. Getting ready to
Getting that fell energy
the fell energy, yep.
because it's green.
Yeah, I've mostly been leveling my DK through invasions. He's like
Oh, cool.
94, 95.
I keep hearing that is a like easy and awesome. Well, not awesome, more like time consuming, but an easy way to level, an easy and quick way to level.
It's an easy grind, yeah, because especially I was doing Northern Barons earlier today, and it's just like a hive mind. Like everybody knows which boss to go to when, and you just follow the crowd and you kill the bosses.
I should probably get in on that before I can't.
Yeah, I mean
But-
you got like one day left.
Yeah.
So good luck.
No, I've seen screenshots. Like I think the fastest time I saw was someone posted a screenshot of like their leveling time to 100 was 15 hours. So
Mhm.
I wanted to just crank
From
it out.
1 to 100?
Yeah, 1 to 100. 15
Doing
hours.
invasions?
Probably, yeah.
That's insane.
Right. Before that, I saw one that was like 22 hours.
I spent like 15 hours probably from 90 to 94 doing invasions. Like, you have to get in a good zone. Like,
Yeah.
Ashara, you just get stuck in. On like, you do the intro part, and that's good, and then it gets to the killing bosses, and everybody just leaves. And
Why?
I was just there for like 45 minutes today, just flying around on my 150 speed slow mount. Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably get in on that and level up my mage or something. But I lately all I've been logging on to do is just mount runs because that's all I feel like doing. Because I got all the gear on both my Demon Hunter and my Death Knight. I could go for Warforged gear, but what's the point? It's all gonna get replaced in a few days. Like I was thinking, like, oh, I could get these little upgrade things for your weapons, but then it's like the first thing you get when Legion comes out is your artifact weapon. So what's the point?
And it just makes that totally obsolete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally irrelevant.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know, like mostly I'm just using it to level. I'm done on my paladin. I
Yeah.
got the full set. I'm ready to start Legion. Yeah, I'm excited. 2 days from this
2 days.
recording.
Are you gonna do any crazy like stay up late or miss class or whatever?
I don't have class the next day, but I do work 8 to 10 p.m. Maybe I work in the morning.
I have class early that morning, and then I have work. And then that following Wednesday, I have a very, very, very important exam that I absolutely cannot miss.
I think actually Tuesday I might be able to play starting at like 2 p.m. all the way until Wednesday night.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
not
might
gonna
be
be able to do
alright.
that.
Yeah, I'll get some Mountain Dew. I'll get my blindfold on. All that stuff. All the stuff you need for
Put some
Legion.
green dots on the blindfold to go
Yeah,
full demon out there.
just some LEDs. Yeah.
I actually, if you got like one of those like Raspberry Pis, I wonder if you could do that.
Yeah, you just put that in your man bun behind your head, and you run the LEDs to the blindfold.
For
in the
once, a
front.
man bun serves a functional purpose.
Yeah. Other than yeah.
Making you look like hipster trash.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
I'll say
But,
it.
all right, yeah.
No apologies to
Or
any
like a
hipsters out
Mongolian conqueror. We don't know.
there. Or that.
I
Or
think
that.
they had man buns. I don't know.
I think they did, but they stuck like a chopstick through it.
Yeah, that was for simple, like they can make a quick shish kebab, or like get some rice. Is
Shish
that
kebabs
racist?
of hair buns.
Yeah, they collect other people's buns. And they just
It's
make
like
a kebab.
scalping, but much, much more humane.
It's like the Dothraki. Like they cut their bun off if you fall in combat. And then you cook it, I guess, and eat it to absorb their strength.
Yeah.
Or just if you want to die. Don't eat hair.
Yeah, don't. That's a bad idea.
Speaking
Don't
of
do that.
Mongolians, that brings me to the other game I've been playing, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I started playing.
You've been playing
again.
Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Started playing it again yesterday. I played like a few.
Is that the
hours.
new one?
Yeah.
Is that the?
And I'm pretty
How's
sure
that been?
it's good. I don't notice the graphical problems I was having last time, but I think maybe my eyesight's just worse. So it's good. I was thinking of it because there's like Mongolians in it, where you find Mongolian artifacts and stuff. That remind
How
me
far
of
into that game were you?
like 4 hours. I'm like 15% complete. It says 16%, but I've been
Alright.
doing like every side thing I can, finding all the.
Is it
coins.
like open world-ish?
Yeah, you can go. It's like progression is linear, but then you can fast travel back to any previous campsite you rested at.
Okay.
Kind of like almost
Alright.
Dark Souls, where you like unlock bonfires and you can teleport to them.
That also sounds a little bit like Deus Ex. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Deus Ex yet. Well, I played Human Revolution, but not Mankind
If
Divided.
you played, you might as well have played Mankind Divided.
From what I've seen though, it's like the color palette was almost more like Dishonored than it was like Orange Crush.
It is not just orange anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do we want to
But
transition?
I guess
to
we'll
that?
get into it because that's like the only thing I've been playing lately.
Yeah.
This
Let's
Deus
do
Ex.
it.
I'm about 9. I was just playing before we started this, so I didn't
Mhm.
check. But last I checked, I was like 9 hours in.
Oh, okay.
I've only done like the first 3 story missions.
Okay.
And I started about the 4th before I got off last, and I've done like up until now pretty much all the side missions
Mhm.
that I have access to, or at least that I think I haven't explored every nook and cranny.
Mhm.
But so far that game is pretty damn good. If you liked Deus Ex, that was the first one, right?
Yeah,
Human Revolution.
Yep.
Yeah. If you like that one, you'll definitely like this one because it's just more of that. It's been quite a long time since I played Human Revolution, and I didn't even
Yeah.
beat that game. But if you haven't beat that game, they do provide you like a really awesome 12-minute video that's totally optional that
Mhm.
just sums up the previous game, and it does a really good job at it.
I might watch that anyways. Is it in game that you watch that?
Yeah, if right when you start the game, it says, "Hey, if you haven't played Human Revolution or it's been a while, here's this 12-minute video. Do you want to
Yeah.
watch it? Yes or no?"
I remember when it first came out, I watched Jesse Cox play through it, and then I played it like a year or two later, and that was still like a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
That's a really good
but it's
game. Though.
yeah. It's Mankind Divided is just more of that. The AUG system it seems a little bit different, but it's still you get Praxis and you put it into whatever AUGs you have. They
Mhm.
do this thing now where this is a slight spoiler, but you find out within the first 30 minutes of the game. So they did the whole thing where you have all your AUGs and then it takes away your AUGs. You know how games
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
where you have all your powers and then something happens and you lose all your powers.
Mhm.
Some games do that better than other games, but this game justifies it a little better than others, where you start the game off, you have all your AUGs, and then you do your little training mission. Something happens, and you had to get something happens to Jensen, and you're kind of like your systems are all funky, so you got to talk to your mechanic. And the mechanic characters are really awesome, like eccentric hacker dude, like, and it's also all based in like the Czech Republic.
Okay.
So they're all like they have the Eastern European accent, and it makes it even better because it's like an eccentric hacker, and he has he has like wires around him.
Is he like a CS:GO professional, or like?
No, he's just a crazy Eastern European hacker, augmented dude.
Okay.
And so you go to him and he's like, oh, I'm gonna fix you up, and Jensen's like, I don't know if I want to be like, I want to go under while you're fixing me. And he's like, nah, it'll be fine. And so you go under and you wake up and he's like, oh no, dude, no, something happened. And it come to find out, like, you have these like dormant like experimental augs in your system. And that's how they do
like
the whole new. Yeah, these are like these new augs, and they have crazy cool abilities. I haven't used any of them yet.
I guess.
Like one of them is like you can hack from a distance. You can get like you can, kind of like that, I guess. You can do this thing that knocks people out from far away. There's a bunch of different things, but you have these dormant augs in them. But if you use them, if you put Praxis into them, it overclocks your system. And you can't have that because you don't want to run hot.
Yeah. Can you get like,
so you had no. You had to like disable some of your primary augs to balance it out.
Okay.
There is a story thing you can do to kind of negate that. And I did the mission, but it didn't really do anything yet. I kind of just got the item, and that's kind of where it left off. Apparently that comes into play later in the game from what I heard. But so far it's pretty good. The main game takes place in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. And it really makes me think about a lot about the whole or soon to be dystopian cyberpunk future.
Yeah, soon to happen.
Yeah, because the game takes place in 2029, I think.
Yeah.
But like, the whole main story revolves around like, augmented people went all crazy in the last game and started killing a bunch of people. So now augmented people are kind of like looked down upon, and they're sectioned off into areas. There's even like there's this augmented city where they ship all the augmented people to, and it's terrible. It's like some sort of ghetto, and they call it Golem, which I find really appropriate.
Okay.
But there's a lot of like, every time you go through like a subway station, a guard will stop you and be like, hey, do you have your papers?
Yeah. Are you going to Arstotzka?
Yeah. And there's always like some sort of remark, and there's never really a problem, but it just kind of adds to that world building, which I think this game does really, really well. It does world building extremely well. From what I hear, the main storyline stuff isn't that good. I haven't gotten far enough in it to really like say so or not, but the side missions are really, really good. It really kind of plays into that whole augmented people are looked down upon, and terrorism is everywhere on both sides. And there's the Illuminati controlling everything, and everyone knows about it. And
everyone knows about it?
Yeah, that's the even weird part. Like it's kind of like in the sense that they don't know who the Illuminati are, but like they know that
they're in
exists.
charge.
Yeah, there's this shadowy group of people, pulling the strings.
I remember in the first one that was kind of like you were uncovering that. You were like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's how people found out.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So the game really does that world building really well, where like everywhere you go, you see like the cops like hassling some sort of augmented dude, or like even NPCs will look at you look at Jensen and be like, get that clank away from me or whatever. And even your fellow military operatives like get a little dicey with you for being augmented.
The intro,
yeah. But the game does world build, like the strongest suit is its world building.
Does anybody ever call Jensen a clunk ass hoe? Because I feel like
not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm pretty sure if someone did, Jensen would just knock them out.
I'm ready. All right.
But yeah, I've been playing the game really slowly. I like to take these kind of games. Like I'm looking at every nook and cranny. I'm picking everything up. I play really stealthily, and also I save scum terribly. Like I save scum all the time. I'm tapping F5, and then if something doesn't go my way, I reload it right away.
You absolute garbage. You devil scum.
It's just the nature of the business.
Is it?
But it's so far it plays really well. One of the things that I'm not really. This is just something stealth games that really bother me. Same thing with Dishonored. Like I just wish there was an indicator that said, "Hey, you're no longer eligible for the ghost bonus." That's all I want.
Yeah. Because
there are times where like I get the suspicious level where like I made a noise or someone thought they saw me, and then they search around for a bit, and then they go, "Oh no, no one's there." And at times I thought that still gave me the ghost bonus, but then I think I just finished another mission and it didn't give me the ghost bonus, and I was really confused as to why. Like I don't think I definitely didn't get anyone to hostile. Anytime someone gets hostile with me, I reload. I just go,
like,
nope.
Just like real life. I just leave.
Just like
and
real
come
life.
back later. Yeah.
So I don't know like necessarily what the rules are for ghosts, because like there are times where I swear I've only gotten to the suspicious level and it still gives me the ghost, and other times where I've gotten there and it still doesn't give it to me. And also some things are weird where like, there are the gas grenades which can knock rooms out, but those will immediately elevate you to hostile real quick, which I don't necessarily like. I think that kind of kills the purpose.
I mean, I guess in a way, if it happened and somebody saw it, they'd be like, somebody just threw a gas
I
grenade
get
in.
it.
Yeah.
But it kind of just defeats like the main reason I've been using the gas grenades if like there's a room where I need to knock out multiple people at the same time, and I can't just do that easily, so I just throw the grenade in there. But they all see it and they freak out, and then they get knocked out like 20 seconds later, and also takes quite a bit of time. So some of the stealth stuff is a little like buggy. Like my stun gun, sometimes like the range on that doesn't seem super clear. But besides that, the game plays really well. It's the PC. I've been playing the PC version, and it looks gorgeous. It runs at 60 FPS.
On a 1080.
I have it. Yeah, well, I have it set to max. It did try to tell me like, "Hey, you need 4 gigabytes of VRAM to do this." And I was like, "Screw that! I have 8."
I have
so
like
you
20.
get your little warning message out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game looks absolutely gorgeous. The texture resolution is probably some of the best. Probably the best texture resolution I've seen in video games.
Nice.
Which is something like usually on most games that look good on PCs, even the texture resolution I always think is a little crummy.
Yeah, a lot of times it is.
Yeah, the Deus Ex is super, super good. The texture resolution is awesome. Like I always love it when I can see like a sticky note on a wall and I can clearly read it and it doesn't look like pixelated garbage.
It's not just like a yellow square with like a black dot in the middle.
Yeah, with just a bunch of pixels on it.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, it's super good, and the story stuff is really, like I said, I haven't played much of the main story to really give a good vibe on it, but I like the world and I like the conflict in it, because I think it relates a lot to what's going on now. And even the writer of the game kind of she wrote out this piece of like her process, and she even some parts of her piece said like, we've been making this game for like a couple years, and we were really worried about touching on these sensitive topics and whether or not we want to take like certain approaches to it. And then she said, when we heard about like the Paris attacks, it really made us go back to the drawing board and really think about like,
do we still want to do it this way?
Not even that, like, are we approaching this right? Like, are we doing this in the right tone? And I think they really hit the nail on the head with like the way they built the world, and like just walking through Prague, and that's where you spend most of the game is Prague. Walking through Prague, you see like a lot of the conflict, and you see a lot of the augmented people living terribly and like trying to get by, and you see the I don't know if you would call it racist. Like I don't know what augmentist. I don't know what
Augmentist.
I don't know what the word for that be, but like seeing
Yeah.
it all, it just really it's combining that with the side missions. It really kind of gets to you.
Mm-hmm.
That the writers of this game did a really good job.
Nice.
But
That's
it's
good.
super good, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to keep playing more of it.
Yeah, and I might even start playing it one day.
If you can get that drip feed to go any faster.
Yeah, I've owned it since Wednesday, and I still, yeah, I'll get to it next time, next podcast.
I haven't tried any of the breach stuff. I haven't tried any of that, so I don't know exactly how that works. But I've noticed that in the game, playing the main game, you get these things called like breach software.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that kind of makes like the more of those you get, the more levels you have in the breach stuff.
Now, what is breach?
Breach is like a competitive. It's like I think it's leaderboard based, like time based. It's like the main game, but like chunks of it, and not all the story stuff taken out. And
that's I think that's a Square Enix thing, because like Tomb Raider has a thing called Expeditions, which is leaderboards, and it's like that. Like you choose, like I looked at it yesterday, but I didn't do it. You choose like an area, and it's like a mission to do, and it's like from the main game, but it's leaderboard based.
yeah,
So it's
this
like the same
isn't.
thing.
I don't think they just take story missions and put in it. It's their own. They custom design these missions.
I mean, it might be that too. I don't know.
But if there's anything really bad that I had to say about this game, it's all the publisher BS that they put in this.
What do you mean?
So in the first 10 minutes of playing this game, I'm playing the tutorial mission, and I explore every nook and cranny. I look for the collectibles, and then I find this collectibles within the first 10 minutes, and it's like I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's called like a triangle scan or something. And so I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I found a collectible. I go to open it up, and it's like, scan this thing with your phone with the Deus Ex app, and I'm like, I don't.
How about no?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And I'm not terribly bothered by it. Like some people I've seen are like, oh, it really kills my immersion. I just saw it and I was like, ugh, and just ignored it. But I keep getting more of those, and every time I'm just like, I really don't.
That's annoying.
Really don't really like that. And also, like, you can straight up buy like items with real money. I'm not sure if you can buy Praxis. Actually, I think you can buy Praxis with real money.
Nice.
So if you want to just like cheat your way through that game by paying a few extra bucks, go right ahead. I don't find that stuff to be like a huge problem. I'm not like crazy outraged by it, but that some people are,
But
because it's a
annoying.
single player game. It is, but yeah, it is annoying. Like, I just wish Square Enix would. I just wish publishers would let devs make awesome games.
Yeah, without trying to like cross brand it and all that stuff.
Yeah, because I've also seen in the menus. I was looking at some stuff, and it was like, if you complete Deus Ex Go, that iPhone app. Have you ever played any of the Go games?
No. Well, Pokemon.
Well, not that's different. There's been Hitman Go, Tomb Raider Go, and now Deus Ex Go. I played Hitman Go a while back, and they're fun little things. They're just like a little board game, They're fun, but now they're putting them into the main games, and it's kind of bothersome because the thing I saw was like, if you do all the Deus Ex Go levels, you get bonus Praxis, and it's just like, I just wish it wasn't there. I just wish it wasn't there. It's a little annoying. Like every time I get one of those Deus Ex triangle things that you had to scan, I'm like, that could have been like a better collectible.
Yeah, like an actual anything.
Yeah, anything that's just not where I had to whip out my phone, and I'm certainly not going to whip out my phone. I'm not going to download some Deus Ex app and do that. No. But yeah, it is what it is. It doesn't bother me too much. I just wish it wasn't there. I just wish it wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. I mean, I've been playing some Legion stuff to get ready for Legion. I've been playing mostly my Death Knight and Demon Hunter, like I said, doing mount runs.
Mm-hmm.
But besides Deus Ex and Legion and Adventure Capitalist on my phone, I'm still watching the numbers go up.
Nice.
Watching those numbers go up. But that's about it. That's all I got. Deus Ex is great. You should check it out. You should download it faster.
Yeah. I will if I remember ever. But yeah, we'll see.
Moving on to some news, we got quite a bit, and by quite a bit I mean not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot is going on this week as far as like newsworthy stuff, but PlayStation Now is coming to PC, which I think is pretty cool.
It's interesting because you can already...
Have you ever messed around with the PlayStation Now stuff?
I haven't with that because that's different than PlayStation Plus. It's like the subscription thing. Well,
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus is too, but with PS Now, it's like you get like these games while you have it, and when you don't have it, you don't have the games anymore.
You rent it like you can. I think you rent it by the hour or day or something.
Weird because you can already stream to your PC from your PlayStation.
That's remote play though.
Yeah. So that's
but
yeah. Go ahead.
No, it's to me. I'm kind of interested in it. The whole PlayStation Now, when that thing first got announced, I was really excited about it. But after when I heard its implementation on the actual PS4 and buying it like piecemeal per hour thing, that just kind of turned me off. And now seeing it on PC kind of renewed some interest, but I still don't like the whole, I don't want to buy a game on an hourly basis.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't think I'll use it because I have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be good for you if you don't want to end up getting a PlayStation. Like, I don't know. I like to own my games. That's the thing.
Yeah. So do I.
Yeah.
But with this announcement, they also announced that they are coming out with this new Bluetooth dongle, like an official PS4 Bluetooth dongle for, I think they said the MSRP is $24.99.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's just like the Xbox dongle that Xbox has. Like they, Xbox had an Xbox 360 dongle, and now I think they have an Xbox One dongle. So it's nice that they're finally putting that stuff there. If you don't like getting your own Bluetooth adapter, because I've heard that not all Bluetooth adapters work well with a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, I haven't tried because mine, I've plugged the cable in when I did.
Yeah, you can just always plug the cable in.
Yeah, and for most games, I just use my 360 controller because it's perfect.
Have you messed around with the remote play stuff on the PC?
When it first released, I played Bloodborne a little bit, but you get a tiny bit of input lag, and it makes you like exponentially worse at playing games like Bloodborne. Because you just have less time to react, less time to do anything.
Is that because it's streaming over like your Wi-Fi?
That was over Wi-Fi, I believe. Or no, that was over wired, so it was very fast. But it wasn't like I didn't have a cable from computer to PS4. They were both. But yeah, that's like the PS4 is doing like all the processing and then it's streaming it to your PC. Yeah.
That kind of makes me not really.
And also in that you can only do it in 720 is the max resolution.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
But yeah, the main problem with that I had was just like it's good and you could play most games fine probably, but games like Bloodborne or Dark Souls
or you need
like
that
Call of
fine
Duty
precision.
Or something, you want no input lag at all. You want it to be perfect.
Yeah. Speaking of Dark Souls, there's a new expansion coming out.
Yeah.
October 25th.
Is it 25th? I thought it was.
That's what I heard. I think it's PS4 first on October 25th, and then other consoles sometime later.
I thought it was simultaneous. The trailer just says all three. I think. I
don't know much about Dark Souls. I watched that trailer. It looked very Dark Souls to me, so I'm sure you have a lot more to say about it.
It looks really cool. I'm excited to play it, and it's I think the first of multiple DLCs because the season pass costs more than this DLC. But I already own the season pass. I already have 100 hours played. I'm gonna play this. The weird thing about the trailer was like when they you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
So it's got like this slow build up, and then when the music gets like intense and you're like fighting bosses and stuff, they show like 3 bosses from the main game, not for the DLC.
Oh, not
they show
the
at least,
DLC bosses?
Yeah, they show at least one boss from the DLC, but like they haven't said how many bosses there's going to be. I don't know why they would use footage of main game bosses in a DLC trailer.
That's
when
weird.
It looked like every other thing in the trailer was the DLC. and nobody seemed to be commenting on that, so I don't know.
Did they maybe have like new armor or new abilities or
The bosses
like
I saw.
no, like the player character or the bosses?
Well, I know the player
or the
character.
bosses.
They show like the basic knight, but like there's gonna be, they said, new armor, new weapons, all that stuff. And there
So
always
maybe
is.
that
They
was
always
them
have new
showing
gear.
them off.
Maybe I didn't notice when they were fighting the bosses because I just noticed like, hey, that's Twin Princes, that's like Aldrich, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well,
Um,
one thing I would say about Dark Souls is their boss design is really cool. I like
really cool.
every time the bosses I've seen watching various gameplay videos of Dark Souls and Bloodborne, the boss design is really cool. I noticed in the trailer there was the one dude who was like doing the whole Catholic whipping his back thing.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
A lot of that is like more Bloodborne-ish, where it's like there's like some sort of religion, like because there's none of that really in Dark Souls. Like there's like holy stuff, but that's it.
I could have sworn I heard somewhere that there is a tangent connection between Bloodborne and the Dark Souls universe, like that there is some shred of evidence that they're in the same universe.
I did not hear that. I don't know where.
It might have just been an Easter egg, or
It could have been. I'm trying to think because like Bloodborne it's on a different, like in the universe it's on a different cycle. Like Dark Souls, they never make it out of the Dark Ages basically, because every time civilization starts up during an Age of Fire, that Age of Fire like dwindles down, and then they get overrun by undead until somebody starts a new age. Like so every civilization rises to like medieval heights or so, like high fantasy medieval stuff, and then collapses right after that.
So do you get into the lore in Dark Souls?
I do a little bit. I've watched a lot of videos from like the previous ones. I know a lot of stuff, not a ton of stuff. It's not like WoW levels where I used to know like everything.
I know, like with Dark Souls, the lore in that game is very. It's the kind of game where you had to dig deep to really find it.
It's pretty ambiguous a lot of the time. Like a lot of the lore you find is just on item descriptions.
Yeah.
They'll be like, this is the sword of like this guy who used to fight for these people, and you're like, oh, okay, nice. But I watched a lot of like that guy on YouTube who does Dark Souls videos, Vati.
Is there like a lore guy on Dark Souls?
Yeah, Vati Vidya, I believe. Vaati Vidya.
I feel like
Yeah.
if that game wasn't so difficult and I actually enjoyed playing it, I would really get into the lore of that game. But every
Dark
time I
Souls
tried
3
playing
is
a
so
Dark
good.
Souls game, it's just
Dark Souls 3 is
just rubs me the wrong way.
fantastic. And like I think it's the easiest to start up out of the three. Dark Souls 2 is probably the easiest game, but it's also the most frustrating. Like if you were starting out, I would not get Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin because it's just frustrating. That's sort of like with Dark Souls 2 they had a different game director, and because their main guy was working on Bloodborne, but he came back for Dark Souls 3, Miyazaki, I think. And so with Dark Souls 2, a lot of the difficulty was they would just throw a bunch of like shitty easy enemies at you, and you just get overwhelmed because like you can't dodge all of them and hit all of them. But they sort of fixed that mostly. Like it happens sometimes, obviously, but like Dark Souls 3 is a much better designed game than Dark Souls 2 was, and I think it's like on par with Dark Souls 1 for me. I like 3 a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because like literally I've beat 3 like 4 or 5 times. I beat 1 once. Like I don't.
Do you really have over 100 hours in that game?
Right around 100, yeah. I have about 100 in all of the Dark Souls games.
I don't know if I have 100 hours in any game that's not World of Warcraft.
My least played time in a Souls-ish game, like from that company, is Bloodborne. I think I have probably like 50 or so.
I do have over 100 hours in one game, and that's Civilization.
Yeah, that's probably like one
165 hours in that game.
Yeah, that was probably you just played Marathon one time, and that's it.
I think I've also just left that game open a lot.
Yeah.
But isn't Dark Souls 3 the last Dark Souls?
That's what they said, which makes me excited for the DLC because it's like the last bit more that we get, but it's also not cool because I want more of Dark Souls.
Well, I'm sure that development studio is going to still be around.
Yeah, but if they make a Bloodborne 2, like I'll get it, but like I'd rather
those games.
From Software.
Oh, From Software.
Yeah. and the guy who's normally the director is Hidetaka Miyazaki, and he
All right.
does some really grade A games, really good stuff.
Have they done anything besides Dark Souls and Bloodborne?
They had older stuff like I didn't play it. It was some mech thing. I wish I remembered the name. It's like
Did they
Iron
also do
something.
Demon Souls?
Yeah, they did, but they didn't have Sega. Was it Sega? Somebody kept the rights for Demon Souls, which is why they made Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
Because they wanted to keep making those games, and whoever owned the rights was like, no. So they made Dark Souls, which was like, it was very similar to Demon Souls, obviously, but new IP, but similar enough where people who like Demon Souls still like Dark Souls for the most part.
Interesting.
I didn't actually play Demon Souls. That's the one that I didn't play. If they make a PS4 like remaster, I'll play it. Or if they made a PC remaster.
If it's in the hands of Sega or something.
I don't remember if it was Sega or who owned it, but I know the company, like From Software, didn't own it. That's why they didn't keep going with it.
So weird.
Yeah. And they didn't get big until Dark Souls either. Like, Demon Souls was like, a lot of people liked it a lot, but a lot of people never even heard of it. Like, I didn't hear of it until Dark Souls came out.
All right, moving on. We have some Microsoft stuff, and by stuff I mean they canceled the free-to-play Halo game.
All right.
Did you know about that game?
No. I remember something about it.
The reason you might not have heard about it because it's not available in the U.S. and it's only available in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not available at all anymore, but it was Microsoft. Call of Duty. Activision did this weird thing with China and made this game, Call of Duty Online, which was like a free-to-play Call of Duty available in China. Mm-hmm. So Microsoft did the same thing. They partnered with a development studio in Russia, and they tried to make a free-to-play Halo game.
I see.
And this started, I think, a couple years ago, or about a year ago. And apparently they haven't reached out to the Russian devs at all in the past, 6 months. And so now they're just shutting it down.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually kind of disappointed by because I've never been into Halo, but when I heard about this Halo free-to-play game, and I've heard about it for a year. I think I heard about it sometime last year. And I was thinking that would be a great opportunity for me to get into Halo because it'll be on the PC and it's free.
That was the biggest thing, was it's on PC. If they even made a regular price Halo game on the PC, that would be big news. But I don't know, I typically don't. Free to play is always there's a lot of good free to play games, but you always hit that point where you can't really go any further unless you dump an absolute metric shitload of money on it.
But it would still, to me, it would have been a good opportunity to try it, and
for sure,
without any costs associated to it. But it's just kind of disappointing, especially with they're now putting the Halo 5 Forge on PC,
which is weird to me.
Yeah, I just don't get why Microsoft is so greedy with Halo not putting it on PC.
It's because that's literally the main reason people buy an Xbox anymore. Is
and I get that, Halo. But Microsoft seems to be pushing themselves in this direction where they want to not really have a console. They want to make it they want one platform, they want Xbox to just be a brand, not really necessarily a console. They want you to play your Xbox games either on PC or on an Xbox console. They said that all Microsoft published games are now going to be both on the PC and on Xbox. So it just really confuses me, that they're doing this push of we want more PC games. We want the Xbox brand to be more universal. Mm-hmm. But the biggest Xbox game is still only on consoles. It just seems to me counterintuitive.
Business-wise, it doesn't make sense. So obviously, it's that they just can't figure it out. They don't know how to port it. They don't know how to build a Halo game for PC.
I highly doubt that's true.
It's just impossible. They've tried for years now, and they can't do it. They don't know how it can be done. They tried asking Russian developers, and they lost contact. So it doesn't work.
They lost contact.
Yeah, they went rogue. And it turns out that, yeah, with this news, you just can't make Halo games on PC. It won't work. You can't.
It's impossible.
It can't be done. There's a technical limitation that prevents it. Because business-wise, why wouldn't they?
I don't know. I get the idea of like it is their main console seller.
Yeah.
But with them, it seems their big message now is just like we want one platform, one place to play your game, or like we want Xbox to be a brand. Yeah, one environment. I think I even heard something like a while back, like during E3 or maybe it was a little bit after E3, that Microsoft said that in the next couple of years they don't think consoles are going to be a thing anymore. Mm-hmm. Which I really think is also true. Like, you know, even the PS4 has a remote play to PC. Yeah. And you know, and both Microsoft, and PS Now, and both Microsoft and Sony have these newer console, like these like Xbox 1.1 or, you know, PS4 point whatever, like they're doing these revisions that are hardware upgrades. It really seems like we're kind of going in the direction of like consoles aren't going to be the main place to play. You're just going to buy a box and it's going to do everything.
Yeah, I mean, and like this console generation has been, it's not that there haven't been a lot of exclusives. I guess there haven't been a lot that I'm interested in, but like looking at like lists of games, it's like PlayStation 4 has a lot of exclusives like Uncharted, Bloodborne, like The Last of Us, all this stuff. But Xbox games, mostly you can get them on PC.
Yeah.
And the ones that are exclusive either haven't sold well, like Halo 5 didn't do super great. It's been like, I think one of the most lackluster Halo like launches and successes like ever, basically.
Especially after that crazy Halo Master Chief collection.
Yeah.
All the problems that came with that.
Yeah, and that was like a whole big, like, that was like their flagship thing for the Xbox One. And then turns out it was just like broken for a while. And it's still
for
like,
a good while.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, it's just
this console generation, just to me, it's just to me the hardware is it really shows that like consoles just, you know, not to just tout like PC master race stuff, but like it really just shows like consoles really have struggled to keep up with PCs. Like I was watching gameplay of Deus Ex on the Xbox version, and like it really looks like it was made in like 2012 or something. Like the games are night and day from console to PC, and the hardware really struggles to keep up. And and they admit it with these new consoles coming out.
Yeah, but also you have to remember, like, especially with your PC, like with a really good graphics card, you've dumped a lot of money into it. Yeah. And with consoles, like even like the 360 and PS3, like for a while those were like good. But I think recently, like, it's been accelerating the pace of like how much better components are getting compared to like what it was 10 years ago. Yeah. Back then, like the Xbox 360 was pretty solid for like 5-6 years at least, and it lasted like 10.
Yeah,
and like for a while,
the last console generation was long.
Yeah, and for a lot of it, it wasn't even that it was just acceptable. It was that it was like good. But with this, like the consoles came out and they're already weaker than PCs. They're already,
and not only are they just weaker, they struggle to even get to 30 frames.
Yeah, like, to have good looking games at a good resolution and actually achieve a decent frame rate. Yeah, because they're trying to push it harder than they can. Like, yeah.
And I remember when these consoles were coming out, the big thing was like all these the components in these consoles make it really easy to develop and do cross-platform, to do ports and stuff. And the big thing was the power in these consoles, and it's just not there. Like
it's just still games get downgraded when they make them across all platforms. Like it's still like that.
It's to me like we're definitely going to see just more general use boxes. I think it's going to be less the PlayStation box or the Xbox box and more the brand. You're going to have your Sony environment and your Microsoft environment. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of years we see some sort of like the PlayStation store coming to the PC and you just being able to just put a PlayStation game into the computer or just downloading it, and you wouldn't even have to do the remote play. Yeah. I really think in the next I would go as far as to say I don't think there will be a next console generation. I think they will all kind of just be computers.
Yeah, I mean, and they already are essentially. Like the components in there are basically the same components. They're just a
Yeah.
fixed standard. What am I
A
trying
closed
to say?
environment.
Yeah.
Like you can already browse the web on a PlayStation 4. You can go on Netflix. You can practically do anything you want on a computer or that you can do on a PlayStation. It's just
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see more of like buying these cheap boxes and maybe them being module based or something. Or like, wouldn't be surprised if they become like iPhones, like where there's an update every year and you buy them if you want to. If you don't, you just have like the old version, but it still can play the new games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. It's going to be. I just think that the console generation stuff is going to be very interesting going forward.
The next few years, yeah, are going to be really interesting, I think.
Yeah. We also got some Final Fantasy stuff. Kingsglaive, that was the movie thing.
Yeah, their full-length movie.
How is it full length?
As far as I know, yeah, it's like a full-on movie. I haven't. I watched Jesse Cox's review of it.
What did Jesse Cox say about it?
He said as a movie, maybe like 2 out of 5, but as like a Final Fantasy cutscene, like it's great. It's awesome.
See, that's also what I've heard about it, because I was really kind of psyched for this. I was like really looking forward to it. Yeah. But then I heard like if you really are not sure, like you really don't know a lot about Final Fantasy, it might not be that good.
He said basically if you're excited for Final Fantasy 15 and you know a little bit about it, then this is like really good, because like you'll see it, it'll get you ready, it'll get you hyped for the game, like got him excited for it when he was kind of like, I guess I'll play the game. But like after watching this, he was like, shit, yeah, I want to get in there and play it.
Yeah, but remember his Warcraft movie comments.
Yeah, so with that being said, I'll watch it when it comes out digitally. And I can get a hold of it in any way.
I just heard that there's a lot of characters in there, and they don't really give a lot of backstory.
Also, most of them aren't going to be in the game. Like, I think he said there's like 1 or 2 characters in it that are actually in the game. This is all takes place like before the game. So it's just like a movie you watch to set up the game. So like, if this was an intro cutscene that was movie length, like that's essentially what it is, and it's really good at being that.
All right, I'll probably 99% chance I'll watch it, because I'm definitely gonna get Final Fantasy, and
yeah,
I like the stuff they've shown, like the gameplay of Final Fantasy, like the world that it seems to be in just seems cool to me. Like their car looks cool, and the giant stuff they have over everything is really neat.
Yeah,
it looks like a cool world, and so Kingsglaive, I guess I'll look into, and hopefully I won't be too confused.
I like it more than like the world that I vaguely remember from 13, where the whole story was like the world's ending like immediately. Like,
well, that's the story for every game. Every game is like that.
Yeah, but like literally the entire world is just going to be destroyed, and it's kind of like, why am I playing then? Like, I honestly don't remember it very well. I played like a couple hours of 13, and I watched some gameplay from 13.3, so like I don't really remember. But
all right.
Yeah, 15 looks cool. Looks really cool.
I'm excited. I really am. I'm gonna have to get a PS4 to play it, but
and you might be able to get worth it. PS4.5 or PS4 Neo,
or the Neo, whatever. The conference, the Sony thing they have coming up to announce that is soon. I think sometime in September.
I thought it was around the 16th. It was like mid-September.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully hear more information. I'm hoping it'll be like one of those things where like, oh, here it is, and we're dropping it now.
Yeah,
or
if you're
next
here at
week.
the conference, look under your chair because you got one.
Didn't Microsoft do that one year?
I don't know.
I think they did when they announced the Xbox 360 Slim. I think they literally was like, if you're at this conference, we're giving you an Xbox Slim.
Well, maybe they will. Who knows?
Which makes me think like, oh, I need to start going to E3.
I need to get to that conference right now and just wait because it's not going yet.
Yeah. But that's about it for us. PAX is next weekend, so hopefully we'll get some news out of that.
Yeah, I mean, what games are coming up? I know Dishonored comes out in the next few months.
Not pretty much. September is pretty dry. I have them all actually in my calendar. So let me.
Oh, okay, let's take a
Yeah,
look real quick.
September is bare bones. Final Fantasy was supposed to launch in September, but then it got pushed back. We have Battlefield 1 comes out in October. The new Civilization comes out that in October, and Titanfall 2. So there's 3 big ones in October.
When is
And
Call of
then-
Duty?
I do not have that on my list.
Let's take a look. I know everybody's itching to get their hands on Infinite Warfare. Let's see. It looks like November 4th for that.
All right, so yeah, and then we have Dishonored 2 a week from that on November 11th.
Yeah, okay.
The new Pokemon November 18th, and I know Final Fantasy is in here somewhere,
believe
but I
it's the
guess I don't have it.
29th.
29th of November, I
Um,
guess.
Let me double check that real quick. I linked it in the thing. It is, oh, yeah, November 29th.
Yeah, so September is pretty dry, which will be pretty good because that'll give us some time for Legion. And then we can play lots of games in October and November
Yeah,
and spend lots of money.
yeah, that's looking forward to that.
All right, that's about it for us. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time.
That's right. All right, ending it right now.